Om Shanti. Thank you so much, Sister Kala. And it's a beautiful meeting with all of you. So, good evening. Yes, how to churn the Murli. What does Baba give us? And what do we do with Baba? What do we do with what Baba gives us? So Baba gives us the Murli. We listen to the Murli, we read the Murli, we churn the Murli. So what is it? What is happening to us? So very, very simply, I would like to share this picture with you. Can you see this picture? This is just a bare tree. No leaves, no roots, nothing, just the bare tree. So when Baba gives the Murli, he gives us this. This is what Baba gives. He gives us the bare points, the real frame of the Murli. He gives us like this. But then we are different. We listen, we think differently, we have different experiences, we feel differently, our maturity is different, the way we accept, the way we hear are different. So from what we hear from Baba's Murli like this, some of us develop a deep love for listening to the Murli. We become soul conscious, we are more karma yogis, we are more spiritual, we are more silent. We can become this. So from this, we become this. This is only one type of character. Now when I talk of this character, I would say that this person who becomes like this from this is an all-rounder. He does cooking or she does cooking. The soul also does karma yoga. The soul also does meditation and seva and all the dharana points it brings into itself. So this is like a full-fledged yogi. Why? Because a big tree like this can give fruits, can give flowers, can give seeds, can give shade, and hundreds of animals can take shelter from this one tree, and this one tree can give oxygen, prana, to other souls. So this is one type of, one group of BKs, but there are other groups as well. For example, this one. Now this yogi, I will say, is more interested in thinking of God always manmana bhava, not so much of extending sideways, but going up, more interested in listening to the Murli, thinking about the Murli, churning the Murli, appreciating Baba as the lover, the father, the teacher, the mother, the companion. So this is more like a yogi, not so much interested in speaking knowledge, but more going upwards. Whereas the other tree that we saw, that's more all-rounded. But both are good because we play different roles and we are different the way we accept things, we are different the way we look at things. So definitely there is a difference. And then here, this is another example which I would like to show you. Now these are clusters. You can see this tree, the leaves are in clusters. So at the beginning, maybe this person was very interested in karma yoga, then he shifted to maybe cooking, and then he shifted to dancing, and then something else. So he has gone to different departments, and he is like an all-rounder as well. So we listen to the same Murli, but what becomes of us from the Murli? What kind of a yogi and how we develop as a yogi, we are different. This is why Baba again and again and again he says, I talk to you souls. So it's the soul that becomes a very broad tree giving shelter, or like a pine tree going up, or in clusters, or if the BK is not very interested in Gyan, only comes as a routine, listens as a routine, doesn't churn, doesn't, this tree, this person will become like a bush. No stand, just bushy, just very low. So not a full-fledged BK. So we are at different levels, and how we look at the Murli is how we take it into ourselves and it becomes us. One very interesting point that one of my guests told me, that person, he says, I am interested in energy. That person told me, I asked that person, you are in Bali, what are you doing? He said, I'm interested in energy. And then he said, I noticed the local people in Bali, they were doing a very good ceremony by the seaside, paying homage to the water and thanking the water and thanking the ocean for all its life-giving properties. And I was very happy when I saw it. And then he said, the moment the ceremony was over, all of them started talking, smoking, joking, moving around, and I was so disappointed. Why? After a ceremony, we have created an energy, and that energy is just around us. We have to take in that energy and make it our own. So we need about half an hour of silence to bring that energy from that ceremony into us, so that we feel the gratitude that we have from water, we feel the peace from the ceremony, we feel the silence and the sacredness of the ceremony, and we have to allow it to go into us. And this is a non-BK talking to me. And I was thinking, Baba always tells us, the daddies tell us, when you listen to the Murli, after the Murli, keep silence. Why? We just listen to such great versions from God. And then we have not yet thought about it, digested it. It hasn't come into us, and we suddenly come into conversation, into other business. So the importance of the Murli is gone. So it's good to be silent after the Murli class, because we want one or two of those points to sink into our consciousness. For example, in today's Murli, Baba said, you Brahmins have taken the lap of God. Who can sit on someone's lap? It must be someone who is closely related, closely loved, one who has a sense of belonging, one who has a sense of having a right, one who owns. And this is how Baba starts the Murli. You Brahmins have taken the lap of God. Today's Murli, 6th May 22. So, God has made us belong to Him, and we are sitting on His lap, mentally. But are we really belonging to Him? Do we really belong to Him? Or are we half belong to Him, half to somebody else? Now, there is something that I would like to share with you. I have seen some BKs, when they listen to the Murli, they reject in the mind whatever Baba says. For example, Baba says, forget your body, forget your bodily relations, forget your bodily religion. And most BKs think, how is it possible? No, cannot. But think logically. This soul has taken many births, 84 families, 84 times it has got married, 84 times it has had children, 83 times it has forgotten everybody. The family, body, bodily relations, bodily religion. And now when Baba puts it into words, verbal, he talks, and then we say, wow, sounds cruel, not possible. But we have done it 83 times or more. Depending on the number of birds, we have 83 birds or less, depending on how many birds we had. So this has forgotten so many families, so many bodies, so many religions. And now when Baba says in black and white or in verbal, and then we say, wow, cruel, how I have a family, how to forget the family? And so we reject. But when we listen to the Murli in soul consciousness, automatically we know we have done it so many times. And this is one more time. Why this is one more time? I have taken a second birth. So when I have a second birth, my old birth, body, bodily relations, bodily religion, automatically has to go. So easy point, but we make it difficult and we say, oh, the Murli is very harsh, the Murli is very strong, and the Murli is not applicable. So we go against what Baba says without really digesting what he says. So this is very important to be soul conscious. Now again, when I listen to the Murli, and today's Murli, Baba has spoken some beautiful points which I like to share with you. Baba says in today's Murli, the leaves do not emerge, the leaves do not all emerge at the same time. So imagine a tree, 2 leaves, 4 leaves, 10 leaves, 15 leaves, 100 leaves, 1,000 leaves, 1,000,000 leaves. So we all come to Baba at different times. And when I think, why Baba you call me so late? The leaf has to appear at that time. That is the right time when I come to Baba. So, no problem. My leaf, the leaf of the Kalpa tree, I just begin to understand who I am, what I am, to whom I belong. Another very interesting point in today's Murli, Baba says, a Kumari uplifts 21 generations and you are the Kumaris. Who are the Kumaris? You. Who are the Kumaris? Kumaris, mothers, fathers, Kumars. You are the ones who uplift 21 generations. Now, what is uplifting 21 generations? We introduce them to Baba. Once they belong to the Father, they sit on Baba's lap. For 21 births, they are well protected. So, giving the introduction of the Father and making them belong to the Father is uplifting 21 generations. And who uplifts them? You. So Baba is talking to the soul. Now, what is uplifting the other souls? This one is uplifting other souls. For how long? For 2,500 years. For how long? For 21 generations. By whom? My Father, my teacher, my Satguru, my world. So interesting. Another point which I also like to share with you, in the Murli, maybe some of us, we cannot understand the implication of what Baba says. Baba says, when there is an eclipse of the moon or the sun, people give a donation. When there is an eclipse, Grhana, people give a donation to get rid of the eclipse. So what is this that Baba is talking about eclipse? So there are two kinds of eclipses that we know. One is the lunar, the moon eclipse, and one is the solar eclipse, the sun eclipse. Now, what I heard from a seniors class is if there is a lunar eclipse, moon eclipse, there is a shadow in the subconscious, the sanskara. And I began to churn on this point. When there is a moon or lunar eclipse, there is a shadow in the sanskara. And I was thinking, what is shadow? So it can be, I have great fear or great stress or great anger, that all my other thoughts are overshadowed by this great fear, great anger, and great stress. So I can't think clearly. I can't speak clearly. I can't make a decision accurately. Why? There is a moon eclipse, a lunar eclipse in my sanskara. What must I do? I must give a donation. What donation? Normally, a donation is money or some food or something. But Baba's donation, the best donation, is to tell someone who doesn't know the Father, who his Father is and how he can belong to that Father. So you are giving prana, you're giving a life to that soul for 21 generations. So when there is an eclipse in the subconscious, donate. See anybody and let them understand who they are and to whom they belong. You have given a donation. Now we come to the solar eclipse. Now the solar eclipse or the moon eclipse is when you are in the shadow of physical circumstances. Maybe you were a king, or you were a multimillionaire, or you were a big boss, or you were in charge of a big bank. Suddenly everything collapses, goes down suddenly. So the circumstances has created a shadow in your life. From there, you have fallen down, the shadow of the circumstances. And what must you do? Give any soul the prana, the introduction of the Father, and your shadow will go. So, by and large, the best donation we can give is to tell the souls who don't know who they are, who their Father is, who they are, and what they must think. The best service in the world, the best service of 5,000 years, the best service a man, a human being can do is to give a new life for 21 births. So you know about the eclipse, you know about the way to give a donation, not giving money. The other thing that I would like to share with you from the Murli, because if we don't understand the Murli, then we cannot bring some logic into our thinking. For example, in the story of Mahabharata, there are these two great rishis, Maharishis, very educated, very well known, very enlightened, Bhishma, Drona. And they have great influence over everyone. If they so wish, they didn't wish, if they so wish, they could have stopped the Mahabharata war and the killing of so many thousands, millions of people. They could have stopped, but they didn't. Why? An enlightened person knows so much is going to be lost, and still didn't stop it because they had such power over the king. Why? Baba says in the Murli, the urn of sin. The urn of sin has to be full and broken. Then only you can start collecting charity. So as long as the urn of sin is still getting filled up, more bad things, more horrible things that I do, my urn of sin gets to the brim and it breaks. And from that point onwards, I can start accumulating in my charity. So, the story goes like that. Bhishma and Drona, they allow the worst to come so that the urn of sin of the Kauravas become full and they become liberated from their sins. Why? They were so greedy, they were so lustful, they were so angry, they were so jealous, so greedy, so attached, so. That urn has to be broken, and they, the 100 souls, the Kauravas, they can be liberated. So even in a killing, there is some great fortune. So they come away from the era of bad luck and they come into the era of good luck. So this is meditation. Why do we do meditation? Why do we listen to the Murli? So that we can get our thinking go in the correct direction. Because before this, we had preconceptions. What are preconceptions? My father told me, my country told me, my religion told me, my family told me, my community told me, my education told me. Preconceptions. Those preconceptions must go because it is Manmat and Paramat. Because I believe and affect are two different things. I believe God is everywhere. I believe, but it's not a fact. It's a preconception. I believe Krishna spoke the Gita. I believe. Thousands believe, millions believe. Over the ages, Krishna spoke the Murli. But when Baba comes, he gets rid of all those Manmat, Paramat. He gives Srimat. And what does he say? I am not omnipresent. I am omnipotent. So, we have to think of God as a tiny point. There is meditation, there is focus, there is a relationship, one light with another light. There is a relationship, there is communication, there is a feeling of love, a feeling of belongingness. If God is everywhere, where do I look? And if Krishna is the king, or if Krishna is God, he took birth to a woman. So can God have a mother? And if Krishna has a body, he has to die. So can God die? So these are preconceptions. So again and again and again, Baba says, Krishna did not speak the Murli, the Gita. And Baba says, I am not everywhere. I'm in Paramdham. Man, mana, bhava. Think of me. So, these are preconceptions. So, what is Baba's main task when he gives the Murli? So, I, the soul, I listen to the Murli. I understand. I have forgotten many languages, many countries, many families, many bodies. Even my own bodies I have forgotten. My own religions I've forgotten. I know that. So when Baba says, forget bodily religions, forget bodily beings, it's easy. It's not very controversial or it's not anything. Baba is reminding me what I have already done and I have forgotten. So when I forget, Baba reminds me. So Baba is not telling something different that we cannot do, we have been doing it. Same thing, Baba says, you are victorious jewels. So we all are victorious jewels. Do I know I'm victorious? I don't know. But Baba says, so I take it that I'm victorious. So to remember God and to believe, I've believed how many people, I've believed so many lovers, I've believed so many life partners, I've believed so many parents, I've believed so many people. I believed in money, I believed in looks, I believed in so many things. And where have I come to at last? Nowhere. I have come to the dead end of the road. I, the traveler, I don't know where to turn. And that is the confluence age. So God comes as the educator. One who educates resets the world. So the world is upside down. He makes it the right way up. Science is so advanced. Technology is so advanced. But science and technology cannot speak of the spirit. Science and technology, whatever they can do, they give happiness, they give sorrow. But spirituality uplifts and only gives happiness. So science cannot teach. People have forgotten. Technology cannot teach about spirits, something that is intangible. So Baba comes as the educator of the intangible. What is intangible? What that is not seen. Not what is seen, what is not seen. The intangible, and Baba makes us understand what it is that we have to do, because the soul has become very dim. At the beginning of the cycle in Golden Age, the soul was a full moon. Purnama, they say, full moon. So the soul had the full light of God. The full light of God. But slowly, that light, which was 16 degrees, celestial degrees, became 14, became 8, became 4, became 2, and became 0. No more light. So the great light, the divine light, has to descend on earth. Why? To give light. So Baba gives light. Now what is light? So I heard a very interesting definition of light. Light is liquid energy. Liquid energy. So when I think of Baba, there is a continuous drop of liquid energy coming into me. So when that liquid energy comes into me, I decide what I want to do with that energy. Do I want to bring that energy to my body and make my body strong? Do I want to put that liquid energy in my intellect and make my intellect divine? Do I want to place that liquid energy into my subconscious sanskara and slowly burn away, brush away, clean away all the recordings? Do I bring that light into my face and I glow with spirituality? Do I bring that liquid energy into my eyes and I give powerful drishti? Now, who can give drishti? Who can bless? Those who are spiritually empowered. If I'm not spiritually empowered, I don't have enough liquid energy from God coming into me over the years, drop by drop, little by little, until it covers my whole body, I can never bless. I can never empower another soul. Because God is the source. This is why Baba says, recharge your battery by thinking about me. I am the source, the powerhouse. Recharge. So this liquid energy flows into me and I become energized, empowered, strong, brave, cheerful, happy, full of faith, unshakable, enthusiastic, liquid energy. It's beautiful. I like this phrase. So I've kept it in my memory. Baba says, if you love me and you love yoga, because you have to love your father, you have to think of your father, and you think of your father with love, and you think in silence. No words, no japa, no japa, no japa, no words, no lip movement, just the thoughts. So when I am in silent communion with Baba, I can do great things. When we are in silent connection with God, we can do great things. Why? The mind is still and silent. Silent means no movement, no voice, peace, concentration. So in that concentration, when I have connection with God, I can do great things. Another definition of silence, silence gives the highest inspiration. We have many inspirations. Inspiration to get a good job, inspiration to get a higher salary. But the highest inspiration where man can become a god, a goddess. Silence only can give the highest inspiration, and it can become true. It can become real. Why? Silence power. Silence power can do great things. Silence power gives the greatest inspiration and benefit. Silence power can spread far and wide. So I listen to the Murli in silence. I think about my 84 births, and I think what Baba said, you are that Kumari. So have I uplifted anyone for 21 generations? Have I brought them to their Father? The eternal Father, Ananta Bab. Have I brought them? Only in silence power am I able to reach souls. We think, we reach souls through bodies. Sounds reach bodies, reach ears, reach physical organs. But silence power, silence, the energy of silence can touch souls and can reach far. So, Baba says, you are a yogi, you must love silence. Sometimes we think, I have a body, I have a family, I have a job, I've got so many responsibilities. How to be silent? Steal moments here and there and learn to be silent. Be introverted while being busy in the extroversion stage. Also, in silence, my physical senses are tamed. When I am silent, my physical senses are tamed. Because my physical senses are wild, wild animals, wild horses. I have to tame them. How? Keep quiet. Think of God, the Supreme Light. Let energy droppings, let liquid energy come into you. And what happens to the body? What happens to the five senses? What happens to the physicality of your being? It just becomes tame, not wild. It becomes quiet. So the body is empowered by being silent. The senses are being tamed by being silent. Silence reaches souls. Silence spreads far. Silence gives the highest inspiration and benefit. Silence can do great things. Moreover, when I am silent, my nerves are rested. You know, we have many problems of the nerves. Stress, stress, even physical ailments. So when I am completely lost in remembrance, when I'm completely in touch with Baba, when I, the soul, I remember Baba in deep silence, my nerves, saraf, all my nerves become rested. So it is a healing process. It is a medication. Meditation is medication. Healing. Why? When I relax the body, I forget the body, I let go of the body, and I just concentrate on this one point. The body is made to sit quiet, and I, the soul, I go to my Father. So the body is completely rested, the nerves become peaceful again. And then you see, when we are silent, there is peace, no noise, no motion, there is complete rest. So we use the word Om Shanti. So these are some of the things that I get when I listen to the Murli, and then every word that Baba speaks is positive and good, but I have to see the value of the words that Baba speaks. Baba says, if you do not understand what Baba says, you are of no use. No knowledge, no yoga, you are of no use. Murli of the 16th of March. So who is of no use? The non-yogis, the non-gyanis, those who are physically deeply rooted, those who only see the physical, science, technology, body conscious, role conscious, money conscious, time conscious, whatever position conscious, all that is of no use. Of no use to whom? Because you will say, well, the body is very happy, the body gets everything, but the soul is of no use. It has a body, but the soul is not powerful. The body is getting enriched. Physically, spiritually, it is becoming depleted, but physically it's becoming enriched. Better position, better name, better money, better, and this becomes less and less. So to keep a balance, Baba doesn't say forget your job, forget the money. Keep a balance, soul and body, because they are intimately connected. They are intimately connected. And who are our greatest enemies? Who are our greatest enemies? I read this, but it's up to you to churn, because I have not done enough churning on it. Men and women are the most intimate enemies. this I have not churned, but I'm giving you some points to ponder. Men and women are intimate enemies. They're close, but they're enemies. Why? Man and woman, intimate but enemies, great enemies. Why? Because they are body conscious, because they are not soul conscious, because they are not brothers, because they don't have mercy. And this word mercy, again, Baba talks about mercy so much, so much. I don't know what to say, but our seniors have shared so much on mercy. One thing that I remember about mercy is, when you truly have mercy, you can help without taking sorrow, without being impressed, and without lowering your self-respect. That is mercy. So even to have mercy is a very dignified spiritual position. How many can have mercy? Helping somebody through their difficult situations, but we ourselves keeping our self-respect intact, not impressed, not influenced, but helping. So for this, you need certain qualities of the soul, and you can get these qualities when you do more yoga. So what does the Murli tell us? Be detached and loving. So I'm detached from the karma of the soul that is crying, asking for mercy, but I'm loving, I'm giving love, without being impressed, without being influenced, without being losing my self-respect. Loving and detached comes in then. Another time that again I can have mercy is when I'm constantly powerful, because only spiritually powerful souls can help. Who can help? If I'm not powerful, can I help? Can I say something that is useful? Can I do something that's useful? Can I spread a vibration that's useful? Can I uplift somebody that's down? So I must be constantly spiritually powerful. So again, meditation is important. So we don't have to be like meditation, obsessed, but think whenever you can, as often as you can, in whatever you are doing. Again, for me to be loving and detached, I must have no fear. This is one thing that I myself am working on, because I am fearful of big sounds. I am fearful of looking at people who are in great danger. I am fearful of people who are nearing their death. So fear. So fear again has to do with the body. But when the soul, I know I am eternal, nothing can touch me, then I become fearless. I, the soul, I have no enemy. Body has enemies because of karma. Bodies have enemies because of jealousy. Bodies have enemies because of competition. Bodies have enemies because of gossip. So, soul to soul is no enemy, but because of karma, there can be bad actions. So I can be free from blame when I am soul conscious, and I give mercy in soul consciousness. I can be free from blame. I give mercy and that person died, still shouting. But I am free from blame. I've done my best. I've given a lot of energy, a lot of mercy, but that soul cannot take it, so it's not my fault. So I become free from blame. I'm always cheerful, equal in praise and defamation, victory, loss, gain and loss. So I am worry-free, soul. Now I would like to talk about soul consciousness. Now, I the soul, this point, yeah, the dot. I know that my main quality is love because my Father is the ocean of love. So my main quality is that of love. So I know I have love. And because I have love, I do not need love ever again from anything or anyone. I have to work with the love that's already inside me and get help from my Father who is the ocean of love. But no man, no woman, no saint, no religious founder, no books, religious books, scripts can ever give me love. I have that love. I don't have to look outside. I have to work on my inside. So I, the soul, I am love. I never need love from anyone, anything. I don't have to look outside. I am intimately connected to all people and all things, and yet I, the soul, am naturally detached. The soul is detached from the body. Any time it can leave the body. Any time it can leave the body and bodily relations. Any time. So the soul is naturally independent of the body, naturally detached from the body. Because Daddy Janki always says, who am I? To whom do I belong? So who am I? I am naturally detached. And yet when I'm in the body, I'm intimately connected, closely connected to all things and all people. So, I, the soul, I don't have to depend on anyone, anything. No books, no scriptures, no persons, no father, no mother. Who can I depend on? One God, because He is the one who gives me this liquid energy. He gives me the liquid energy. So there is no dependency. Yeah, no dependency on anyone, anything. So I, the soul, I cannot hurt anyone, and nobody can hurt me. They can kill the body, but I, the soul, I cannot get hurt. I'm looking at the time. So, if I, the soul, am soul conscious, my natural properties mostly is happiness. That's why Baba is the bestower of happiness and the remover of sorrow. Baba is the bestower of happiness and the remover of sorrow. Dukharta Sukharta. Again and again and again, Baba says. So who am I? The soul. Nobody can touch me. Nobody can burn me. Nobody can kill me. I am loving and detached, but intimately connected with my body because I have a role to play as long as these two are together. But when it is time to go, I go. So this is what Baba is telling us in the Murli. So we have to become really living and detached. These words are very, very beautiful because they are like opposites. But yet, physically, they are true. Because the soul is intangible. So how can we attach it to anything? And the body is tangible. But they work together. Like petrol and car. You know, you need petrol for the car goes. No petrol, the car cannot go. Got petrol, no car, still no use, can't go anywhere. You have a car, no petrol, so can't go anywhere. Both work together intimately, closely connected. So I, the soul, am the petrol, yeah, benzene, and this body is my car, my vehicle. So again, I am the child of the ocean of love. So how do I know I have true love in me? Again, some checking points which I like to share with you. I shared the other day, but I just like to revise. There is no ego. Once there is ego, it is definitely connected to the body. When there's no ego, it's connected to the soul. When I am soul conscious and in love, I am silent. Because love doesn't need words. Love is a feeling, is a verb. I feel, I drown in love. I drown in the atmosphere of love. So it's a feeling, it's not a thing. So I'm silent and still in love. When I truly love anybody, I set them free, because love frees. When I love my child, when I love my partner, when I love my money, I set it free. I don't tie it to me. I set it free because I love, I cherish. So love sets others free. So love promotes courage and sacrifice. Because I love, I'm prepared to do it. Because I have love, I'm ready to sacrifice. Because I love, I'm happy to do it. So there is courage, there is sacrifice, and there is seva. Because I have love, I accept everything as it is. Can I change anyone? Can I change any situation? Can I change the drama? I accept, because I love drama. It is Baba's drama. I love Baba, and what Baba loves and what Baba has created, I love. Love. So again, these are the things that can make me feel, do I really love or do I have no love? Because love is a very subtle feeling of great passion, of great intensity. So when I have love, I encourage peace, not war. When I have love, I can cooperate. When I have love, I unite. When I have love, I give. So when I have love, I become desireless. I'm full of love. What do I desire? Desireless. And when I have love, I help people to become free from bondages and to link with the one Father. So am I a loving soul? Am I loving and detached? What is Baba telling me in the Murli? You have come to God's lap, and you are the Kumaris who can uplift 21 generations, and all leaves of the Kalpa tree do not all emerge at the same time. So I have come at my own time for my own fortune and my own play. I'm ready, I'm happy. Thank you, Baba. So Murli gives me the understanding to accept, to feel, and to know the great truth. Because Baba is the great truth, Satya, and his truth never changes through the three worlds, through the three stages of Satur, Rajo, Tamo. His truth is eternal, because truth never changes. Truth is like a diamond forever shining. So with this, I've given you many points about soul consciousness. I've given you many points about why the Murli is so good. And I've given you many points to churn on silence. So when you are full of love, you can give, give, give without any desires. Thank you, and Om Shanti, Helen Ben, Kim Ben, and all Penang family. Thank you so much.